Hi, this is Susan with Career Services again. Today I'm talking with TediJo Todd. Hi, TediJo.
Hi,
Hi. So where are you at, TediJo?
I'm in Dillon. I've been
Oh,
here since we got back from spring break.
okay. So tell the students who are watching what degree you're earning on Saturday.
So I'm graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Health and Human Performance, and then I have a minor in a business-related area.
Oh, okay. So you really had kind of a full curriculum of different things that would give you opportunities in several areas, it looks like. Cool. So how have you been doing since COVID-19 restrictions?
I've been kind of bored. I'm just at home in my apartment in Dillon with my roommates, but I've had to stop tutoring and also stop my part-time job as a bartender at my brewery back in my hometown, um, just since there isn't work for me.
Right. So that has changed your daily
Mhm.
goal a little bit. Tell me about your Block 7 and your Block 8 classes. How are those going remotely?
Block 7 was interesting because we were part of a team, so we had to be at our computers chatting with each other for 3 hours every day, and then we would have homework. Um, but Block 8 is a lot different because our main like project, I guess, is a research paper, and
Okay.
then we only have class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 1 hour, and that's over Zoom, so we can see each other. But
Right.
so they've been pretty different, I guess,
Yeah.
variety.
Are you doing the research paper as a group project?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
a partnership.
Okay, so then who's doing the paper review of that research paper?
So my advisor, I guess my professor, it's the same person,
Yeah.
has to read all of those papers.
Is she doing that along the way, in the draft process and everything?
Yeah, so there's like 3 subtopics for our paper,
Oh,
and we do a subtopic every couple days.
oh,
So
gotcha.
we don't have to do the entire thing at the end, which is really
Uh,
nice.
yeah, totally. So would you say that's kind of a workshop environment?
Yeah, it's definitely an experience because you have to be able to communicate with your partner.
Right.
And the way we do it, we call each other so we can communicate effectively
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and just work together and try to integrate what both of our information is and put it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, I've heard some really creative ways that not only but students are approaching the types of coursework that they have to do, but it's much different than it would be if they were in the classroom.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty unique. It's actually sounds like it's giving you some skills that you might not have used in the class.
Yeah, we would not have done it this way if we were in class.
Sure, sure. I think that's really awesome. But let's talk about your future plans. So putting COVID-19 aside, let's just go back a ways. Tell me, how long ago did you decide what you wanted to do after graduation?
So I knew what I wanted to do since I was in high school, but I made my official decision over Thanksgiving break this year.
Oh, okay. And so what is that you're going to do?
So I am going to grad school for athletic training at the University of Montana in Missoula.
How long of a program is that?
It's 2 years, so 6 semesters. So we have to go summer, fall, and spring for 2 years.
Oh, okay. So tell me a master's degree then?
Hmm.
Okay, so tell me what it is the degree will be once you graduate.
Um, a master of athletic training.
Okay, so then what kind of different jobs could a person get with that degree, TediJo?
So it's a very specific degree. Most people who get that degree go on to be athletic trainers,
Okay, uh,
sports medicine personnel.
right. Do you have to do any um, kind of experience like a practicum or anything like that? Or is this degree going to give you opportunity for a practicum?
Yeah, you do it throughout the program. You're always working with the teams throughout the schools and community in the Missoula area. And you have a practical basically every semester.
Awesome. So learning the skills of the job plus the knowledge of the job,
Mhm.
right? Okay, that sounds really, really awesome. You'll be set
Yeah.
in a couple of years from now. That's pretty great. All right. So once you decided last Thanksgiving what you
Mhm.
needed to do, what were the very first steps you took to kind of make that happen?
So I didn't really do much after I was accepted, except kind of do my paperwork to complete the process.
Hmm.
But I guess the process started when I was a sophomore in college. I started researching schools and programs that I thought I might be interested in. And then throughout my junior year, I visited 4 programs, and I narrowed it down to the top 2 that I wanted to go to.
Okay.
And during that time, I also attended some sports medicine and athletic training conferences and did a sports medicine internship just to kind of help me out a little bit. And I also observed the athletic trainers at Western this past fall and was in there every day. Um, but once I figured out my top 2, I decided which one was my like very favorite. So I guess my number 1, and that's the one I decided to apply to first, and I wanted to see how that went before I made my decision if I needed to apply to the second school or not.
Hmm.
So I applied for the early application deadline for Missoula, and that was for November 1st. And then I had my interview over Thanksgiving break, and the very next day they told me that I was accepted. And so I responded right away, and I've been accepted since then.
So about how often have you been in touch with that grad school program since you were accepted? Is it like,
Just a few times. I had some questions about like the entry paperwork, and there's a lot of medical stuff that we have to do since we're in healthcare field, and I
right?
about that. But then they've also emailed us some introductory information about who our class is and our classes that we'll have this summer and this fall.
Right. And so then when do you report up there?
Our first day of class is June 29th, and it's supposed to be on campus, but as of right now, we're not really sure. At least I don't know if we're going to be doing it online or not, because they said that was a possibility because of COVID-19.
Right. So TediJo, with this degree, I mean, it sounds like it's an occupational degree, really. You know, it's more than a certificate, obviously, because you will be a master in this. But with learning the skills that are involved in doing this occupation, I wonder, like, what if you do have to do your remote learning for
Hmm.
classwork and all of that kind of thing, and you said you had to do some special um, health, um, I guess, tasks, assignments, or something like that. Is that like getting your CPR
No, it's basically just getting vaccinated for several things that you have to have before you
got
can.
you, got you.
I
So
also had to do a lot of that when I worked at the Billings Clinic last summer.
right, right. And I was going to say that too. Just to shift it a little bit from where I was going, but let's talk about that internship because, yes, it sounds like that your entire plan, well, it was a plan and it was a plan that you had scheduled into your life with deadlines. So, like, for instance, you made a list of the things that you knew was going to help you get accepted, and
Mhm.
the internship was one of them. And I know personally that you worked very, very hard to make this all happen. And so staying in touch with Missoula right now, making sure that everything is going to go hopefully as planned. Maybe not exactly, but you're still accepted. They're not closing the program. You don't have to make last minute changes to that. So June 29th is a really early report,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, are you prepared for that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to be working. I know that deadline is in the back of my head, so I won't forget about it. It
Right.
won't sneak up on me. It leaves me with a super short summer.
Right. So what is your intentions after Saturday? Are you going to be going home to Timber for a while, or are you going to be going straight to Missoula?
No, I'm going to go to Big Timber and work at the brewery that I said before, um,
Yep.
and then just work there until I go so I can make some money.
Right, right. I hear you for sure. So let's see. We kind of know that COVID-19 could affect the plans that you are, you know, have in your head and in your heart for your grad school program. Hopefully that won't be too much, but I wanted to find out in the upcoming months, what is it that you're most excited about? And feel free to talk about your personal life if you want to. What's really like on the horizon for TediJo that she's really excited about?
Well, I just got engaged, so I'll probably start wedding planning. But then I'm really excited to move to the Missoula area when school starts. I don't know if that'll be in June or July or August, depending on school and when the sports seasons are. But it's very nature friendly community, and the mountains are right out the back door. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm also excited for school to start doing the hands-on and specific type stuff that I actually want to do.
Yeah, that's really, really great. What kind of outdoor sports do you like?
Um, I don't know if it's really a sport, but I like to go hiking and camping, um,
Yeah,
being in the mountains,
yeah.
horseback riding, all that stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, it's definitely considered a sport by a lot of people, I guess you would say. So, Teddy Joe, you were in the HHP program and in the business program, and you tutored a lot of different subjects in the Learning Center. But I was wondering, and you worked with several different people, and I'll come back to that in a second too. But I wanted to know, what kind of message would you give undergrads right now that are going through this, same kind of thing that you are doing with COVID, but maybe they're graduating next year. This is going to be their senior year coming up. What would you say to those students about how to get involved in their future plans?
Um, I think it's important that they kind of don't take for granted of what they have, just because like we don't get a graduation and all of that, and some of our class trips and all that we didn't get to have, so we didn't really do anything for 2 months.
Mhm.
So I think it's important to take advantage of the in-class time that you actually have with each other.
Right. And would you say that, well, tell us about, your grad school experience. You started in Thanksgiving. Did you have enough time to get it to, well, you did obviously, but would you say that there was anything about that experience that you would change?
No, I don't think I would change anything just because I started when I was a sophomore.
Hmm.
I'm a planner, so I like to do things far in advance. So I definitely had plenty of time to do that.
Good for you. Well, I just want to tell you congratulations on graduating from college. It's a great honor and privilege to have known you. I want you to know personally how much I have be dependent on you in the Learning Center, and not only that, but you have worked with more and different populations in the Dillon community than anybody else since I've been here in Dillon myself. So we're talking about the cadets, and then we're talking about the community. We're talking about the HHP group. Okay, that's your academic peers that you worked with, and then we also had you working. I said community.
English.
English, yes, doing paper reviews for APA and contributing in that way. So, and with business, I mean, I know that that wasn't a major, but at the same time, you were able to fill in a few times with those students and work with them. So you really are a versatile person as far as your knowledge goes, and I know you're going to be successful. And it sounds like a really exciting career as an athletic trainer. And I just have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot about you in the future.
I'm really excited.
Well, thank you very much for all you've contributed to the Learning Center, and we'll miss you. And I know the students are going to miss you too. So stay in.
Well, I'm the Learning Center and you as well.
Oh, well, thank you. Stay in touch and let us know how it goes.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right. Thanks, TediJo. Have a great summer.
Thank you. You too.
Sounds like it's going to be short. All right. Just got to get to the button. Where is it? There we go.